Hi everyone, this is Gabrielle Dixon with TeachingSpecialThinkers.com. And this is a quick preview of my St. Patty's Day writing pack. I use this pack several different ways in my classroom, but it's great because there are 6 different writing sheets in 15 different versions. So you can scaffold the versions and just work on one writing sheet per week, or you can have the students work on a specific level depending on their goals. You can use it as a group activity, as homework, so many different ways to use this product. And it's great because there's so many different levels, so it can really meet the needs of every student in your classroom. Doesn't matter what level they're on. Right here you see the picture and sentence builder cards. So these are pretty big and I would cut them and laminate them, and then these are really what I use at the center for the students to create the sentences and make it a little bit more interactive before they do the writing activity. So there's several different ways to use this product. Again, for my lower students, I like to stick to level 1 because they're just so pre-writing right now. And level 1 is really great for receptive language fluency and airless writing opportunities. And I'll show you an example of those. For my higher students, I like to scaffold the levels. So we're using the same pages. Same picture pages and sentences, but there are different levels during the week to build up their sentence structure and ability to independently create complete sentences. So on Monday we would do level 1, Tuesday level 2, Wednesday level 3, and so on. The great thing about this pack is that it really gives you the ability as a classroom teacher to prep writing activities that are on the student's level, and it really doesn't take you a lot of time. You just print and they're ready to go. So here are the picture cards and the sentence builder cards that you can put in a pocket chart, or you can have the students kind of arrange the sentences on the table and then they can copy the sentences, or you can just practice that for one-to-one reading. So really just practicing pointing to each word as you read it. That's a great thing to use this for as well. So here's level 1. So this is for your pre-writers. This is probably the most basic you can get. You're reading a sentence, they're really matching the words to the sentence. So I would cut these and mix them up and then have the students copy or cut and paste to match up the sentences to show kind of the illustration that goes with the sentence. The next version of level 1 you could use, they are complete sentences with no picture words shown. So really the student's not matching the word. They're using what you say in the sentence to find the picture. Look at the horseshoe, which one's a horseshoe? So that's where you're building some vocabulary and receptive ID there. This version of level 1 is called airless writing. So you're really building up the confidence of that writer, and ICA, and really they can pick any one of these and that sentence is going to make sense. So that's a great way to build confidence in our learners, especially our young learners. Okay, level 2, so now we're getting more into handwriting as well, so they're tracing the handwriting. So you could still cut these and have them match the picture to the sentence, but this way they're getting some tracing in as well, some handwriting practice. This one, they're writing the whole sentence, tracing the whole sentence. Okay, this one, just the tracing, the lines of tracing is a little bit thinner, so if you have a student that is a little bit more advanced in their handwriting, but they still need practice with the structure of the letters, this is a good one to use. Then we will have the full sentence that they would trace. Okay, so level 3, there are no lines anymore. The students are just tracing the words. And then they would be doing that for the whole sentence. Okay, now this one is where it gets a little bit more advanced. They're filling in the boxes. So the students know how to make the letters. They just really need to learn how to confine those letters to a small space, which is really hard for some of our students. They want to cover the whole page with one word. So this is a great way to structure those words. And if the student needs this picture right here so they can spell out pot of gold, that's perfectly fine. But they're getting practice with independently writing their letters. So this would be filling in the whole sentence. So this is really great if you would be building, you would be using the picture cards to build the sentence, and then the students would be copying the sentence that you've built together. And they have those sentences. And for a lot of different writing activities, I still draw these boxes with a highlighter for my students to really give them that structure, because so many of my students want to write enormous words. Okay, and then level 4, they're just filling in the blanks, so there are no words to trace. And then I kind of scaffold sentence writing, so they're building up. So the first sentence is really I see a horseshoe, maybe. I see, and then they're writing a rainbow. Now they're writing C, A, whatever they want to write. And then they're writing the whole sentence out. Okay, so level 5 is when they're independently writing sentences. So there are complete blanks. They would be using the picture cards to create the sentences. So the first one is obviously I see a, and whatever the picture card is. So you would be putting out the picture cards and the words needed for just one sentence in a pocket chart, and the students have to arrange the sentence and then put the different picture cards with it. So you can really set up the writing activity for the students ahead of time, and then this is something that they can get used to the format and they can go and do independently. And then there is no structure at all. The students are just writing the sentences down. So that is the top level they can get to. So this was kind of extensive, but it's a great way to show you all that's included in this pack. It is a pretty big pack. And it gives you lots of options. So once again, this is Gabrielle Dixon from teachingspecialthinkers.com. Thank you for watching this preview.